Hey all, welcome again on DevStack. So in this video, we will first create the check profile data endpoint. This endpoint will be responsible for checking the profile data is available on the backend or not. According to that, we will show the button of create a new profile or we will show the profile data. So first of all, if you are a new in this channel, please subscribe this channel because we are developing a whole app, the backend and frontend from the scratch. So let's start and let's create an endpoint for the checking a profile data. So to create an endpoint, we will use a router first, and in the router we have to specify the path, the route. The endpoint name will be the check profile. So watch it carefully, and again it will be a get method because we have to just check the profile is available or not. We don't have to post any data from the front end. So with help of get request, we will get the status of the profile data. So we already imported our profile schema in this class, so we just have to use that profile schema. So with help of this profile schema, we will do the MongoDB query. So the MongoDB query will be find one because we want to find profile data. And same thing we are doing first in the add profile data, that we first check the middleware that we have a token or not, then only we are adding any profile data. Same thing we will apply over here. So at the time of checking a profile data, we will first check the token, and using this token we will get the username. So in the find one, we will query with the username because we already provided a username as a unique. So with help of request dot decoded dot username, we will get the decoded username, and it will find the data of the unique username. If the data is available, then it will say, then it will give a result back, and if the data is not available, it will give a error. So in the result we will get the profile data which have the same username, and if the data is not available, then we will get a null or a empty string. So let's check it and let's implement it. So if we will get an error, and so if there will be a MongoDB error will happen, then we will specify a user that we will return a response.json, and we will show the error to our front-end developer. So the front-end developer will get the error if we will get any error while querying a data. Else if the result we are getting over here is a null, if we don't get any data over here, it's mean that the data is not available. The respective username data is not available in the backend. So what we will do, that we will return a response.json with the status false. It's mean that we don't have any data. Same thing we did for the check username. And else if the data is available, it's mean we have to return a response with the status true. It's mean the data is available. So with help of this REST API, we will check the profile data. Now it's time to call this REST API onto the blog app. But first thing, we have to change the base URL of the blog app to the localhost. So what I will do, that I will add over here a additional thing into the index.js. On the app.listen method, we will add a same thing called 0.0.0. So with help of that, when we run the npm run dev, then with help of that, the REST API will launch onto the our local IP address. So you can find your local IP address using ifconfig onto the Linux or Mac, or ipconfig using the Windows. So my REST API is launched on the my local IP address. So I already launched my local IP address onto the browser, and the REST API is perfectly working because we can easily see the message which we are printing onto the root endpoint. So we just have to copy this endpoint, a base URL. So your base URL will be your IP address and with the port number 5000. So we just have to copy this base URL and go on to the our network handler class onto the blog app, and we have to change the base URL from the HTTP corresponding Heroku URL to the base URL which we are using, and hit the save. And now we test our blog app with help of this localhost base URL. Now we just have to go on to the profile screen, and in the profile screen we will add a init state. So in the init state, what we will do that we will first check the profile data is available or not. For that I will create a method void check profile, and in the check profile we just have again a string type, and in the check profile I will add a var, and in the response, and again we have to create a network handler class instance onto the profile screen. So let me create a network handler class over here. So it will be a network handler. So with help of that, automatically network handler class will be imported over here, and the instance of the network handler, and we have to call the network handler over here. And with help of this network handler we will call the get request over here. Just call the get request and add the specific endpoint. So our endpoint is slash profile slash check profile. So you can get all the endpoint documentation on the corresponding given link on the description. So you know that we already did a documentation of all the endpoint. So with help of this thing we will call the corresponding REST API, and in the response we will get back a response which we are sending from the backend. So we will add a circular progress bar at the time of checking this profile data. To add this functionality, let me create a variable called page. It will be a widget type because it will show a circular progress bar. So with help of this page only we will handle the both the button and the profile view. So I had to create a one method also for showing profile data. So you know that if we will get a profile data, then we have to show the profile data onto the profile screen. So as we are doing onto the button widget, that if there is no profile data available, then we are showing a button right now. So if the profile data is available, then we will show the show profile data, and we will create a profile screen for that. So let me return a normal text right now to show that profile data is available. And wrap it into the central because if we don't wrap at central, then it will show over here, so it will not look good. And if the response, in the response, if we get status as a true, if we get a status as a true, it means we have a profile data, and we can set the state of the page to the show profile because we have profile data. Right now I'm showing the profile like we have profile data available text only, but later on we will work on to the real profile screen where we will show the all the profile and all those kind of thing. And if we don't have a response as a true, then we will show the user that the button, and we will set the page to the corresponding button. And we will use this page here instead of button in the body of the scaffold. So what this logic will do, that first it will check this REST API, and if the profile data is available, then it will show the main profile page where the profile data will be populated, and if the profile data is not available, then we will show the button. And at the time of calling of REST API, we will show the circular progress bar to a user. So before I will hit the profile page, we just have to add one quick thing, because we are calling a check profile endpoint, and at the time of calling check profile endpoint, we just have to pass the token, and we have to implement the token functionality before we will call this check profile endpoint. So let's pass the token onto this endpoint. Let me go on to the network handler, and in the network handler I had to just create a storage instance, because in the storage we have the token of the storage. So let me create an instance of the Flutter storage, and in the Flutter storage we have our token stored, and it automatically imported the Flutter secure storage package. In the storage we had to just call it over here. So the token which we stored is a string type, and here with help of this storage instance, if we call the read and provide the token key at the time of creating a token, we are using the token key. So with help of this we will get the token which we stored during the sign in and sign up. The first we had to add a await, because it's a future type, because we are performing a IO operation. So in the token we get back the token which we stored into the secure storage, and we have to pass the token into the header. So just we did here that we are using a header, we had to use the header over here also. Let me add a header. So in the header we will provide the authorization, because we are passing a token, and at the time of testing a REST API on a Postman, we also use the authorization. And in the authorization, first we will pass the bearer, and after it we will add the token which we get over here. And now it's completed. Hit the save, and let's go on the profile page, and you can see that in the profile page we are getting a circular progress bar. and we just forgot to call this thing onto the init state. Let me call it inside the init state and hit the refresh, and let me go on to the profile page again, and let's see that what we will get. And we are getting a status as a true, and the data of the profile page is saying that profile data is available. Because if you go on a MongoDB, let me go on to the MongoDB Atlas. In the MongoDB Atlas we have a devstack061234 user, and the corresponding user profile is already available. So let me delete it, and let's check again onto the blog app that we will get a button or not. So basically it's deleted, and let me go on to the blog app again, and go on home page, and let's click on the profile page again. Then you can see that we are seeing a button, because now the status is false because I deleted the data of the profile. It's mean that logic we implemented over here is working fine. Now the last thing is that we have to go on to the create profile screen and call the respective profile data endpoint and pass the data over here. So this is a post method. So in the network handler, in the post method, we have to add this authorization of the token on the header, because in the post method we are not using a token, and add the token over here also, and use the token which we are getting here, the same instance, onto the post method also, and hit the save. And now we just have to go on to the profile page, add a profile, and in the add a profile we have to provide a name, like my name is Balram Rathore, and the profession as a app developer, and date of birth 01/01/2019, not 2020, because 2020 is very bad, and provide a title just, and hit the submit button. So if I will hit the submit, right now we didn't added a circular progress bar over here, and we got a 200 as a status code. Let me go on to the Atlas and see that profile data is came here or not. So it will load, and let's see that our data is available here. We didn't have an image right now because we didn't call the image REST API endpoint. So this video is already long. In the next video, what we will do, that we will add a circular progress bar over here, and we will also call the image endpoint here. So day after tomorrow I will sure make that video also, and we will wrap the create profile screen. Thank you all. See you on the next video. Please subscribe, and also comment and like this video. Thank you.